Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Know we've been away for quite a while, but we're back. And in the intro of this video, you saw basically the new toys that we have, you know, new drone, new radio, new goggles and everything. And initially I planned on doing a little bit of an unboxing of each of the items, but unfortunately I lost the footage that I took when I was doing the unboxing. And I mean, as much as I still have the the boxes, I still have the foam and everything that kit, but I'm not about to, I mean, fit the puzzle all back together. I can't be bothered with that. So I'm just going to try my best to introduce the new gadgets that we have working with now, and those things happen. I mean, that will have to suffice for the unboxing. I mean, there'll be future gadgets that we're going to get that I'll try my very best not to misplace memory cards and lose footage. First, under the microscope, in quotation, is the SpeedyBee Bee25. So this is a sub 250 drone, which is sporting the best video system currently on market, which is the DJI O3, soon to be replaced by the DJI O4. Can't wait for that to happen. But yeah, so one of the best video systems on the market, and the video system is mounted up top. So this here is the VTX, and at the front you have the camera, and we also have a GPS unit at the back. I mean, this doesn't come with the GPS unit, and similarly you can purchase this with or without the O3 Air unit, but I got mine with it. And I also got myself a GPS as well, and installing the GPS unit is pretty easy, especially seeing that the drone comes with a few handy tools for you to work with. So there, if memory serves me correctly, you would remove these 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, and then this cover piece here just flips out, and you just plug in the GPS unit and reinsert the screws, and you're done. And the receiver that it has is it's an ELRS receiver, pretty common for most drones these days to support those. what other thing should I be mentioning? Prop size, I think I said that already. 2.5 inch. So the drone can also be referred to as a 2.5 inch drone. So normally name them or name the size of the drone based on the size of the props. And as you can see, we have some ducts protecting the prop. So these are relatively safe to fly around individuals, so long as you don't crash into them, and then hair and stuff get trapped inside these, and then but barring situations like those, these are pretty safe to fly around, folks. You can do a little bit of indoor flying with it as well, and it handles wind. Not the best, because the first time that I took it out flying, it was a little bit windy, and I don't think it handled the wind that well. And the size battery that I run with these, it's 650 milliamp from CNHL, and I'm getting about approximately 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes flight time with those. Have no problem with that amount. I think we could go up to maybe 1,000 milliamps, but one of the reasons why perhaps would have to try maybe like a 750, see the size of it, but like these just fit like so perfectly in the little space provided to fit the battery. There's a little bit of space left at the back, so maybe I'm gonna be purchasing maybe one or two 750 and see how they fit in these. But we have the capability of carrying much longer batteries, but the battery holders will have to be reoriented to kind of fit them, so it would fit like crossway like that. But so far I'm quite okay with the 5 minutes worth of flight time. When it came, I didn't really do much with it, as I said. Install the GPS, which really and truly is a no-brainer. This was the strap that came with it. I didn't really like this battery strap because I didn't feel as though it kind of held on to the battery that securely. So I went for this other one that came with it, and I almost pulled the drone apart just to install that, and I was thinking like, oh my goodness, like why couldn't they make this thing so you could easily swap the battery straps, but use an arrow? Because when I was almost finished fitting up the thing, I realized that the only thing I needed to do was to undo these two screws, and then these two rails, they would flare off to the side like this, so they would look like that, and so you could just slide on the the battery strap to it. But anyway, figure that out after all that headache. There are two ways of actually connecting this drone to Betaflight. So you could either do it by the USB connection here at the back, so you could plug it up, traditional USB type C to your computer and do the small amount of configuration that you need to do, or because this is all SpeedyBee, we could also use the app for SpeedyBee to actually do the configuration, which is pretty neat. And to access the air unit, and if memory serves me right, it has like 20 gigs of onboard storage, but it has the ability of expandable memory. So that's why I lost the unboxing footage, because anyway. So yeah, so we can insert a memory card here, and currently I have like I have a 128 gig memory card in it, so plenty of space. So that's 20 plus the additional 128. I don't think I'll be needing much more than that. And I think the camera angle can be adjusted. So this little screw here, you undo it, and I really don't know the angle that I'm running at now, but it seems seems pretty fine to me. And another thing that I appreciate about this drone is like the way in which the O3 air unit is actually mounted on the thing. This little plastic cage here. I also got there's an upgrade kit, if you want to call it that. I think it's aluminum. So this plastic case in here for the O3 air unit, it's aluminum, but I haven't gotten to actually replacing it because after it came, I was like, maybe the extra weight will maybe make it fly a bit differently, or you know. So I just left it there. I mean, cool little air ducts that we have find at the front here, perhaps just to help with cooling. Yeah, perhaps to help with cooling. And yeah, so if anything happens to the air unit, like, we don't necessarily need to pull the entire drone apart, because this itself is able to, I mean, to be unscrewed, and then you just remove it, and I imagine you could just put in a new air unit and back in the air, as opposed to, you know. But I mean, I imagine in order to plug it into the flight controller, I'm wondering if and I'm not going to go to the effort of experimenting with that, well, at least not now. Well, I think so, because here's the plug from the heavens, the plug from the flight controller to the back of the air unit. So I imagine, yeah, easily able to swap out this one if it's damaged and replace it, because all you do is just unplug the plug here, replace it, insert back the plug, fit the thing back together, and you're on your way. So repairability in terms of this is not bad. As for the motor wires, maybe a little bit of, I mean, if you have a damaged motor, imagine some amount of, yeah. But from where I'm sitting, I can see motor pads and all, so they don't look too inaccessible once we remove this bottom plate. Yeah, it doesn't look too inaccessible, so I guess repairability is not that difficult with this one. There was one issue though that I well, it wasn't completely an issue as we jump over into beta flight. The only thing that was not set up for you was the GPS. So that was it. So I didn't know which UART it was on, whether it was 5 or I didn't know that, and I think 2 looks as if it's unassigned. So they, when I contacted them, they said it was on UART 4, so that had solved maybe the only issue that I had setting this thing up. So after setting that up, then GPS rescue, we could have set that up. We didn't have to do anything, preset, nor I mean using any presets or even going into any of the tuning, because the drone comes ready for you just to bind it to your radio and to fly. So the manufacturer does all of these little other things for you. Setting up your receiver, this is now done mainly on the radio end, because you have to assign the different switches on the drone, not on the drone, sorry, on the radio, that would actually be aligned with these functions. Well, some of these functions inside here. So this is mostly on the radio end, and I mean your modes, you definitely have to come here to, as I said, say what switch does the arm in, say which switch you're using for your flight mode, so your angle, your horizon, and which switch you're going to be using for GPS rescue, which switch you're going to be using for a beeper, LED, stuff like that. So this part you will definitely have to set up. I mean, there was not much to do here, as apart from maybe switching on, I think I'd changed this to, yeah, U blocks, and I think I'd switched on this as well. You're not going to be seeing anything here because I'm inside now, so you're not going to be seeing this. So I had to actually go outside to actually set this up because I was getting like 0 satellite fixes inside. So when I went outside, in no time, I think it took less than 2 minutes for me to have maybe 15 satellites. So that was, and we don't need to do, yeah, so we had to set up a few things were set up for us in the OSD. I added a few of mine own. Yeah, so a few things were set up for us in the OSD tab. I just checked just a few. That's basically all that I'd done here. I mean, minor stuff really, comparing to what you would normally have to do if you set the drone up from scratch. And I mean, as much as the drone, oh, as I'm seeing the LED tab here, I remember that these actually have LED strips. Like, I mean, how could I have forgotten that part? This is probably one of the coolest parts or coolest things about this drone. But I did not set up the LED capabilities in here. I actually used the SpeedyBee's app. Tell us, SpeedyBee rocks. So I actually use SpeedyBee's app to actually do that, which I'm going to be demonstrating right about now. So toolbox. I mean, this is not the only thing we can do here. There, like everything. Well, to the best of my knowledge, that you could do when you plug the drone to Betaflight, as I just did. You can do it here in the app. Customize the lighting strip. So here we go. We could change the different lighting zones. We could go from 1 to 4 to 2. I mean, the segment zones. We could increase that. Decrease that. I mean, this is so customizable. Color change, like so customizable. I mean, can't spend all day going through all of these, but there's a lot of, and with each of them, many things that you could do to customize them. Rainbow. Very customizable. So this is one of the coolest parts of this. I haven't done any night flying with it as yet, but I imagine, I mean, as long as it's not pitch black, that I'd have to be flying line of sight that I can't do as yet. Can you imagine it look very cool, you know? Very cool. But yeah, there we go. And next we have under the microscope, we have the Radiomaster Boxer Crush. This one actually comes in quite a number of colors. So we have the pink. This is the one that I got, you know. I mean, out of all of them, this one just sorry, out of all of them, this one, I don't know. Yeah, this one was yeah. And then we have frost white. We have cherry red. Oh, I mean, the cherry red doesn't look too bad. Lemon twist yellow and iceberg blue. There is mint mist, iron gray. So yeah, quite a number of options. But some things that I liked about this radio, upgrading from the Radiomaster TX12, which is, I mean, I don't have that one on hand. I kind of pass it on to a future pilot, so I don't have that one on hand. But if I remember, it didn't feel as heavy as this feels, and they're all almost similar size. Yeah, I would say that similar size, but this one, it has a premium weight to it. It doesn't feel as light as the TX12 did. and I appreciate the shoulder buttons that I have here. Like normally this would be my arming switch, but I have appreciated, as I said, this shoulder button because I think on 2 occasions I remember accidentally arming the drone. So it was basically on the neck strap and it was just a bit dangling on the strap, and accidentally armed, and guess where the drone was? In my hand. Not a nice feeling. I think I split a nail or two on that occasion. And they also they come with these they're like the gimbal protectors, so easy to travel with. Fit them on and you don't have to worry about, I mean, anything accidentally breaking. And the carrying case that it comes in, or carrying pouch, that's also very neat. This is the carrying case, so put it in, zip it up, you're on your way. The TX12, I don't even want to tell you how I used to carry that thing around. And I think once, not even think, I had damaged the receiver carrying it around, and I had to purchase another one. But this, I don't need to worry about that. And what else do I like about this radio? Yeah, the feel of these the ones on the TX12, I think they were a bit, I mean, plastic based. These a little bit of metal. Yeah, it has a greater premium feel to it. Another upgrade that I did, well, I'm saying another, like is only one upgrade that I did to this, was to install some LED lights. Cut the lights off, special effect. Yeah, I also did a little bit of I mean, I've had it for a little while, so I'd had time to kind of mess around with it. Neat little handle here. I appreciate that. So I don't need to be, because this is one way I used to carry around the TX12. Maybe that also helped to damage the antenna. I used to hold it by that, and yeah, so now I have a nice little handle. At the back we have the battery bay. So the battery bay, yeah, it doesn't come with these. You'll have to get one of these for yourself. So this is the last of the toys, and I don't know if I should say I saved the best for last, but yeah, so this is the last of the 3, and this is the DJI Integra Goggles. So I was kind of torn between the Goggles 3 and the Integra, but this one came in much cheaper. If memory serves me right, it was for 300 something, or was it 200 something? But yeah, somewhere between that price point. I don't remember, but the Goggles 3 was much more expensive. Plus, I mean, when the O3 Air unit comes out, this is going to be compatible with that. And I mean, it's a very capable goggles. The only thing that I don't like, I like to do a little bit of tinkering. With these things. So these antennas, they aren't, I mean, I've seen 2 videos of persons doing some DIY thing to install their own antennas, but like right out the box, like these don't come with the capability of just, you know, you popping them out and then you just stick some aftermarket antennas there. When I'm moving from the analog to this, like I can hardly find fault with this. It's very comfortable to wear. I mean, I mean, sometimes I feel the weight of this at the back of my head. Sometimes, like, it's a little bit bulky there sometimes after extended use, of course, but maybe for the first maybe 10, 15, 30 minutes, like, no biggie. But with prolonged usage, you start noticing this at the back of your head. So we have quite a number of lenses to choose from. I've only used one of them. It has worked for me perfectly. I think it's the base lens. So yeah, may evaporate people with eye issues. One little issue that I had when I was trying to I guess install, if you want, the lens, because these little pieces just, I mean, you see how easy these just pop off. Like when I was trying to do this, like, I was fighting tooth and nail to get the thing off. Like I swore like it was glued on or something. Like I had to get I think it was a tweezer, like the thick end of it, like I had to like pry it off. Now that you have been introduced, I'm going to show you the first flight that I did with the SpeedyBee Bee25.